Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another video. Now this is a specialish video that will basically be celebrating the holiday season with kind of a channel update slash Q&A that I was mentioning on social medias. So first, the Smurf update with the competition winner. As you can see, the name that I've chosen for the winner is HuzLightyear. To me, it was one of the first comments, and I did feel sorry for everybody else that entered, because as soon as I saw this, I was like, well, that's one. As a bit of a backstory, as a kid, I was obsessed with Toy Story, and, Buzz Lightyear, Huz Lightyear. It's only one letter off being Buzz Lightyear, so yeah. That is now my Smurf's name, and the winner of the competition is a guy called Tim. That's all. That was his YouTube name. That's all. He didn't have some fancy gamer tag YouTube name. So I've already sent him a message, and we'll be waiting for his response. So he'll be winning the $10 or pound or euro, whatever equivalent of his region, to get some RP with. Obviously now my Smurf is still with Gold 3. I've played, I've played 3 more games out of my promotional series, and I did them last night with Fi. Me and him were actually duo queuing on our Smurfs, and that one was actually on stream. Did okay with Fiddle. Had a pretty good game on Leona, 31 assists, and then this Elise game, or one thing I have to quickly say, and obviously there is no such thing as ELO Hell, but if you're playing around midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning at, Gold 3, these two games, the Leona and the Elise, were the most toxic games I've ever been in. It's like the games I reported the most people for purely being toxic. It was crazy how toxic they were being. So anyway, that is the Smurf side of things. My main is still in Diamond 1. It's about 20 points in Diamond 1. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Smurf. So thank you everybody who entered. It was pretty damn cool. We had a pretty nice receiving of how many people entered. And yeah, Huz Lightyear is the winner, with Tim picking up that prize. Anyway, jumping over to the YouTube before we get into the Q&A part. We have just hit 919 subscribers. So we're nearly at 12,000. We're probably going to hit 12,000 before the year's out. Oh, we will hit it anyway, and that is really amazing. Obviously, if you've been with me a while, you'll know that my year's target was 10,000, and I only started YouTube about 7 months ago. But only probably the past 3 to 4 months, I picked it up quite a lot. And yeah, I can't really ask for more, to be honest. The stream, I'll just quickly mention about the stream. The stream's been going quite well. I've been streaming a little bit more, not as much as I wanted to over this period, though. And I actually got stream raided the other day, which is amazing. We're at nearly 1,409 followers, which is cool. But yeah, this Sir Ches, he's a Singed player, quite well known for streaming. He raided my stream, and I had over 500 viewers, which is pretty damn cool. And I gained like 200 followers from that, and for the rest of the stream I had 200 viewers, where I normally had about 100. So that was awesome. So if you do want to check out the stream, it's twitch.tv/HuzzyGames. Obviously, all this social media is available too, that I won't go over them right now. It's a bit of low quality, this picture, when you put it on Twitch, but, it's a really nice picture, and all this artwork down here too. And I thought I'd quickly mention, before I get into the Q&A, stuff about the new year, what are my plans, etc. Because it's a video that is basically an information video. I stated that I'm going to try and be doing more content over this month and January and stuff. Basically, I've got still 2 university assignments to do, and they're rather big ones, and they're in by January the 6th. So honestly, I don't have a lot of time to do them, so I'm kind of focusing on them as much as I can. It is Christmas, so I still want to have fun. But that's why I haven't been pumping out videos right now. I actually have recorded a Shavana jungle video, but it went really weird. It was freezing every now and then, so unfortunately there was going to be a Shavana yesterday, but something went odd and I was unable to do it. So I'll try and record probably another commentary today, and hopefully it doesn't keep freezing, etc., because I do want to get one out before Christmas. Well, maybe if I can. Maybe I'll just upload it and just release it tomorrow. Who knows? But that's pretty much it. January, I have the whole off. So after my January the 6th, 2 assignments are in. From January the 6th to I think February the 3rd, I have nothing. I'll probably be reading up on a couple things about my university degree. Just going over a few things. But honestly, I am really, really free most of that period. So expect to see an increase of streaming and videos in that period of time. So anyway, I'm going to jump over to the camera for the Q&A because, you know, I thought it would be better to look at myself rather than just looking at a blank screen with a question. So anyway, I'll see you in a minute. So this is the part that is a Q&A. So hello, this is me. If you haven't seen me before, I do this on stream. So yeah, this is the Q&A section of this video. Don't know how long it's going to go. Could go a while, so I will warn you. And I will have a keyword at the end if you make it the whole way, if I remember to actually say that keyword. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go over some really basic questions that I get asked all the time that, well, you can find it out if you, like, search the YouTubes, etc. in the About tab. So first, what do I use to record? I use LOL Replay for pre-done games, and then use Bandicam over that, which is a version of Fraps, but I think it's better than Fraps, to record that. And then what's my peripherals? What are they all? This is a Corsair Vengeance 1500. My keyboard is a Razer Black Widow. I've got a Razer Naga mouse, 2 Asus something or others 21.5 inches monitors, and a HP HD webcam. That is pretty much it. As for the PC, people ask what my specs. This is an okay PC. It's like a mid-range PC, but I'm actually going to be getting a new one in January, as this one has been bugging out quite a lot. And yes, it is down there with all TSM stickers and everything on there. One thing to mention, that is the new signed Season 3 autographed poster by TSM that all the players signed, which is pretty damn cool. Obviously, being a massive TSM fan, I had to get that. But yeah, I've been picking up a new PC within the new year. Probably I'll be buying it in the first week or so of January, and that one's going to be quite a beast. That I'll be able to do a lot more with it than, you know, increase the quality on the stream, some videos perhaps, increase my rendering time so then I can do more videos a day. It's just going to be a lot better. So look out for that when I get it, and I'll probably make a video about my new PC as well. You know, where did I get it from, what's the specs, what's the case look like. This is probably just interesting to some people, not to everybody, but some to people, I imagine. And then I think that might be covering it for everything. Oh, basic questions. How old am I? I'm 19. I look a lot older when I grow this out, but right now I shaved like a couple days ago, so it's like near to nothing. Where am I from? Cambridge in England, although I have lived in Wales and most of my family are from Wales, so you could call me Welsh, I suppose. What do I do other than YouTube? I am a university student studying computer games technology, and it's a really cool degree. I'm not sure when I'm older I want to be a programmer for games, but I definitely want to be in that industry. So doing a gaming degree, although it's a programming degree, it may help me just get into that industry. Obviously with YouTube now on my side, I kind of have that as well to put on the CV, which may help when I'm looking for a job in the gaming world when I'm finished. So that will probably be it for the basic questions from my memory. So now I'm going to go over to this screen. So if I look over here, I apologise, but this is where the questions are. So I've asked questions both on a Nook and Facebook. I will say, if you want to really ask a question that has not been answered today, put a comment in, and maybe for the next, well, whenever this is uploaded, I'll look back at it occasionally and answer some of them. Obviously, I can't answer every single one because there's probably going to be too many, but I'll answer some of them. So the first one is, if I had to dye my hair a colour, what would I choose? And preferably a non-standard colour. So just to say, there's 4 categories that I ask people to say: league-related, YouTube-related, personal, and silly. So I'd presume this is kind of a personal, silly one. So what hair would I dye my hair? I've never dyed my hair. I've never done anything with my hair. It's kind of my hair has gone through many transitional colours in its day. When I was a kid, it used to be blonde white, like really white as the sun. Then it kind of turned into a very Albany when it hit the sun. Now it's kind of a brownie, but still has an Albany tint in the right light. But eventually I probably will be just going brown, like my dad. That's what he did. But if I had to dye my hair any colour, and preferably a non-standard colour, I would probably go with white, maybe. Yeah, probably white. So there you go. I'll be like the Targaryens in Game of Thrones. I'll have white hair, or white silvery hair. So that is the question from a Nook. And moving on to other ones. So we have, I'll start down here first. Who is my favourite jungler? So obviously this is a league-related one. My favourite personal jungler is Lee Sin. to play. I wouldn't probably say he's my best jungler right now because I'm a bit on tilt with him every single time I try to play him. But for me, he is really fun. And if you're someone that is, I don't know, lacking a bit of motivation within League, especially in the jungle area, play Lee Sin. Even if you don't do well, you'll have fun playing him. So it's kind of worth picking him up, in my opinion. And next question. Since the rise of LoL Nexus, we are able to see the quality of players opposite us. However, this brings us to a problem when you have bronze or silver players which get matched against plat diamond levels. And what is worse, the knowledge serves as a huge demoralizing power which practically guarantees the ensuing of a stomp fest and defeat. Do I think this regard sites like LoL Nexus are counterproductive to the lower level players? Right, this is a question that I have been tempted to do a league discussion on because I need to do a league discussion soon. I haven't done one in a while, but obviously the holiday season mucks up with everything. But LoL Nexus is, like, for me, I don't really play normal games anymore. I used to, but when I played normal games, I never really used to research my opponent. And it was only until recently I went into a normal game and found people do. I was in a normal game on my main account and someone said, oh, a silver 3 versus a diamond 1. And I was like, wait, you research in a normal? To me, I didn't know why people do it. I still don't know why did they do it. Because normals to me are just for a bit of fun, bit of practice. They're, the practice for ranked. I understand why people do it in ranked. And in ranked, this situation wouldn't happen. A platinum diamond player would not really get matched against a bronze silver unless it's a smurf or a really weird duo queue relationship with like a diamond 190 points and a silver 3 middle of that. That potentially could get platinum diamond players in there, but that is still very rare. So my answer would be I don't, well, I'll say if it didn't exist, if LoL Nexus didn't exist, I would not complain. But because it exists, I use it, and I think everybody uses it. And some people should just kind of, people are personal in this regard. If you are somebody that can get phased out by who you play against, so if you're a bronze, silver, gold, whatever you are, and you see, oh, I'm going to get a diamond, and you know you'll get demoralized from that, don't research. There's no point. You're just going to harm yourself more than good. And then even you can go the opposite way. If you're the higher tier player and you find, oh, this person's a scrub, I can just stomp roll him, go pretty aggressive, you can end up feeding if you make a few mistakes, and then you look like a complete moron. So, I don't know. In normal games, I wouldn't say there's no point researching because it's just for a bit of fun. In ranked, because it exists, use it, but, don't let it phase you. It's the only way I can really word it productively, I suppose. Not really sure if I answered the whole question there, but oh well. Thoughts on Assassin or other types, or other champion types? This is a rather broad question. And, well, I suppose Assassins are really good if you have a very good Assassin player on them. Such as Voyboy, basically, from what we can understand, was moved to mid lane, or he chose to move to mid lane because he hated playing tanks. Same as Westrice, who plays for... Who does Westrice play for now? To Determined Gaming, I think Westrice plays for. Both of them players are known to be Assassin players and top lane players originally, or kind of. And both of them are, well, have been kind of flamed about that they won't play tanks. And that is actually a harming factor right now in the current meta if you're a top laner. Because Westrice in the Battle of the Atlantic, or the promotion series, he actually had to go to mid lane. I think this was the right game. Or it was one of the examples. Someone was playing Kha'Zix, and they wanted Mundo top, and because whoever their top laner was did not play Mundo, who's very easy to play top, they just probably flat out refused to play a tank. They went their top laner went mid as Kha'Zix, and then their mid laner went top as Mundo. And to me, that's just so stupid. If you're in a competitive team, you play your role. That's it. You have to understand what's OP in your role and play it. And some players just flat out refuse. And yes, Assassins, I understand they're really fun to play. But sometimes playing that rock-solid Malphite will win you the game. Sometimes playing that Nasus just Q farming will win you the game. And some players just, don't understand that. And that's in solo queue as well. Some players will just be like, I'm literally only playing Katarina. Okay, but they have all CC. No, I'm only playing Katarina. It doesn't really fit in my book, but who knows? I can't speak for everybody in LoL. Some people just play this game for fun. Some people don't mind winning or losing as much as I do. So, I understand winning and losing does happen, but I try to improve my chances of winning every single time I'm in a game. And then other types of champions, I'm not going to go over every single one, but bruisers, obviously, as mentioned in top lane, they're very important right now. You've got the Renekton, the Rengar, I suppose Malphite you can kind of count up there. Nasus is not bad anymore, but he's kind of been hurt a little bit, not really being used a lot. But yeah, assassins are good, but you have to still play other types of champions if you do want to succeed in LoL. And yes, you can give me the example of Skara, but yeah, no one is good as Skara. Maybe Voyboy, but that's another professional. No solo queue, mid-ish solo queue player is as good as Skara or Voyboy or Katarina. Next question. How do I balance university and League of Legends and maybe work in brackets? So I'd probably count university as university, LoL as LoL, and work I'd probably count it as YouTube, because although this is my hobby, it does take time to do, and obviously I've got to take time doing this instead of other things. So I have to balance that as well. And this is something I've been struggling with, and I'm not going to shy away from that fact. In the fact that I was on a gap year when I first started this channel. I had the free time of the world. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bam, made a video, uploaded it, there you go, hey presto, I'm done. Now I've got to wake up, think, do I have to do some work? So first I wake up, and waking up could be walking downstairs, getting a drink, watching a bit of TV, coming up here, playing a bit of a game, like not League, because League is a bit too intense when I'm waking up, but like Sleeping Dogs I just bought, so I'll play that, or DayZ, something really not intense, like I could just run around getting loot. And then I do my work, and then LoL comes, and then after LoL, well, LoL and YouTube kind of are split in half. You can't see what I'm doing that motion. They're split in half, depending what one I need to do the most. So if Fi says, do you want to JQ and Smurfs, I could be like, no, I'm doing a video, or he'll do the same to me. So that is something you have to think about. And one thing that's helped me with these assignments is I've got till January the 6th to do these. So that is just under 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks yesterday. I've done a bit of one of them, and then the other one I know I'm maybe struggling a bit with, so I'm going to have to research of that one a lot. So I'm going to try and complete the first one in the next few days. Obviously, I might have to do some on Christmas, which sucks, but I'll have to get that one out the way and then give me as much time as possible for the next one. But then as soon as January the 6th is done, I get them out the way, do all the work, get them out the way. I don't have the rest of January off. So that does help my thought process. You know, I'll have 3 weeks off. I have a bad 2 weeks to do the assignments, but then I have 3 weeks off or so, which will be great. But then when I'm actually in uni, yeah, I'm not great at balancing right now, but I'm getting better. You know, I got perfect in my homework assignment for programming, so that does say something. I got 15 out of 15, which that doesn't sound a lot, but trust me, it's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know, you've just got to be mature about it. If you're in university or you're in sixth form or that height, so high school and up, you should be mature about it. I can't remember what age you start in high school, maybe senior high school, however you say over in the States, but be mature about it and realize that it's your future, I suppose. And this is something I need to tell myself more than anybody else. So yeah, that's pretty much that question. What got me into playing League of Legends, and did I play any MOBA type or other MOBA types before it? What got me into League, so if you have watched my channel for a while, 7 Facts video, I mentioned a guy called Fuzzy. He was one of my best friends in secondary school, and he's how I got my name originally. He played LoL before me, but on the NA server at the beginning of Season 1. So I went over, played a little bit, but back then I had a really bad laptop and I had awful frames per second and didn't have a mouse, so it was terrible. Never play League without a mouse. It's god awful. Sorry, I need a scratch. That's unprofessional, but well. But yeah, I played it with him, then I quit because not having a mouse, bad FPS just ruined it for me, so I went back to WoW. And even WoW without a mouse wasn't very good back then, but I wasn't a very good player back then. But then about 6 months later, I returned to League with Eben, who was a mod of my chat. He was an officer in my guild and I was guildmaster, and both me and him played then on E-West. And then several months later, Fuzzy joined me, and well, we haven't really spoken in a while, but he still plays every now and then. He's like Platinum 5, and yeah, I jumped to Diamond 1, but he was a better player than me for quite some time. And then I started researching and watching the competitive scene, and then slowly I overtook. But did I play any other MOBA games? No, I did play Warcraft 3. But I didn't play Dota, which is surprising. But yeah, I didn't play any other MOBA games. LoL was my first one. And obviously I have played other MOBAs since playing LoL. I've played Infinite Crisis, which is the DC. I have played Dota 2 briefly, and I hated it. So if you're a Dota 2 fan, good for you. But I'm never going to bash it, but I prefer LoL a lot more. There's the new World of Warcraft one, or the Blizzard one, that I'll be playing. Obviously, it looks a very casual one. It doesn't look like it's going to have a big following. Well, Big fella may be the wrong word because it's a Blizzard game. I don't think it's going to overtake League in the competitive scene, and we already have 2 MOBAs on the competitive scene. We have League and Dota. So I don't think there is room for a third, personally, but who knows. Next question is, will I ever do fan games? Yes, I will, when I have more time. Right now, with the other question, I have to balance my time, and if I can stream, a lot of people want me to stream and watch the stream, and then afterwards I may have to do some work or have to do something, and fan games can take a little bit extra time to do and set up, so sometimes I don't have time to do them. But especially in January, there will be an increase in fan games because I'll be streaming at least 3 times a week in January, maybe even more. And I'll be doing Smurf content. The new season will be resetting, so bam, that'll be my main getting back to Diamond, which will be quite fun. That'll probably be on the YouTube as well. So that's pretty much it. And then the final post, so this is the final post, we've been going on for, what, 15-ish minutes? Yeah, 15 minutes. The final post has actually got quite a lot of questions within it, so I'll go through as much questions, as quickly as possible. Who's my favourite football team? I'll answer this in 2, because I know there's a lot of American viewers. American football, Dallas Cowboys. English soccer, Chelsea. Have I ever taken notes on LOL? No. I've never gone into a game and written stuff down about it. I have taken, saying that, with my ranked 5s team, with Fi, etc., we do have a Google document, where I can see the bookmark for right there, that shows us all our team comps, the availability, etc. So maybe you can count that as notes, but it's not like notes of, I need to do this. I've made a notepad once saying, I want to play these champions like professionals do, just to remind myself to play them. But that's pretty much it. Not like official notes of how to learn the game. Do you feel carrying a friend into a tier is dishonourable? Furthermore, if carrying is dishonourable to you, how do you correct/fix it? It's a difficult question. A lot of people ask me to duo queue with them, especially when I mention my Smurf. And part of me wants to, because it would be great to just have some fun with friends, etc. But part of me doesn't, because if I carry a friend to... So my Smurf is gold 3. Say if I carry a friend to platinum, and they're a silver player or they're a gold player, they may not be good enough to play in that bracket. So eventually when we stop duo queuing, they're going to be lumped in a division that they're not good enough for, so they'll probably just get flamed if they do badly every game, which is not good. And is it worth it? A lot of people in League seem to be just focused on getting that shiny badge at the end. They're not focused about getting better. They're not focused about how they got there. They just want to have that shiny badge. And it may mean nothing. They could have got boosted the whole way, and it means nothing, literally. If you've got boosted to gold or you've got boosted to platinum, that means nothing. You didn't do anything to deserve it. But that's what some people care about. So I would say it's different with friends than obviously viewers with me. I will never boost or carry a viewer. People have mentioned, will I do lessons? And yes, I will do lessons soon. TM. Some people actually have asked me, and well, it will cost a little bit because it will take some of my time out of the day, but not much. And you'll probably get your money's worth because I'll be going in the ins and outs, and you won't have an easy time with me. I will be going hard in what you need to improve on. And that's different than boosting, and we won't even go in ranked. But with friends, if it's a real friend or even a computer friend, I've known some of my computer friends for 4 or 5 years. That's a different story than someone you've just met or someone that's paying you to be boosted. If you've known them for a while, if they're a real life friend, play solo queue, play duo queue with them. That's just having fun with friends. But I will say be careful if you are skill levels apart. If you're a platinum with a silver, be careful, because you don't want your friend to be put in a tier that he's not good enough for when you leave him and not duo queue with him anymore. So you got to be careful with that, but it's a totally personal thing. Can I do matchup videos with your main junglers? Okay, that would be interesting. So I'm guessing this type of video, people want to say, like, ban Lee Sin. He's good against this, he's bad against this. If he's playing against this, play like this. If he's playing like this, play like that. It's interesting. It's similar, I would suppose, to 4 Pauses How to Counter Top Lane series. Obviously, he has slowed down a bit, but I don't think anybody's doing this for jungle. Foxdrop's doing more commentaries, and he just does guides, so I don't think he does counter videos or matchup videos. So yeah, maybe in January I can do that, or start it at least. Maybe in January, because I have January off, maybe I'll make a whole bunch of them and then release them every week or 2 weeks. That might be an idea. I'd have to be more organised with the new YouTube changes, it seems, anyway. How do you control your buffs and control the enemy buffs well, apart from vision? One, timing. Obviously, vision is key. You've mentioned that. Timing. A lot of people lower your low, they don't time. Now, many people on my stream realize that I don't write the times down, which is bad on me. I time them in my head, and sometimes if there's a big team fight in the middle of it, I'll forget it. But majority of the time, or the timestamp, etc., even if it just means that in that time, you don't time it there and then. If you see them take the enemy blue, then just type they did blue here, and then you can calculate the 5 minutes when you have time if you're just doing a jungle camp, etc. But you see like Odd One, he times it straight away when he's moving around, which is great. I do that in my head because I'm quite good at mental math, but sometimes I do forget it. But yeah, it's personal, but timing is the biggest thing. And making your team aware that what you want to do. If you want to get their buff, let your team know. Ward it a minute early before it's coming up, so then you have complete vision of the buff. Then you can see if their jungler is low, bam, you can kill him, or just take it if they're not quick enough to their buff. That's one thing I've noticed, especially on my Smurfs. At the 7, 10 to 15 minute mark, when your blue or red buff is coming up, depending on what side you are, no junglers are there. So I always just take their buff. If I'm jungling, I just take their buff straight away, leave, and bam, get my 2 buffs. I'm 3 buffs up on the enemy jungler, and he's only got 1 of his, and because they don't time, they don't know at 7, 10, 15 the buff's coming back up. And I think this is the last question. So yeah, this is the last question, so I will say the keyword after this question. So if you've made it this far, I actually congratulate you, because it's quite a long video. But ganking for a lane, when a ping, when is a ping serious, or just a paranoid ally crying for help when none is needed, aka can you tell when to gank apart from the enemy champs are extended or the lane is losing harshly? Would you help out? Okay, so just to summarize this question, say you're a jungler, and it's a majority of the time I find it's your top laner that is always complaining. That's just me personally anyway. They could say 3 kills up top lane, he's always overextended, or I'm losing this lane hard, I need help. Being a jungler, part of the skill is knowing where you will help the most, and helping can be one of 2 things: saving a death by making the enemy team not get as fed, or getting your team fed. And then there's getting objectives as well, but they're the main 2 to 3. So if you've got a lane that is losing really hard, you've got to think, right, he's not worth any gold anymore. So say your top lane is 0-5 already. He's not worth any gold at the moment. He hasn't got the 1,000 or 100 CS, whatever it is. Or is it 1,000 gold worth of CS? It might be around that. He hasn't got that yet, so he's still not worth gold. But I can go get a kill down bot lane. I'm going to go down bot lane, tell him that, because it's more productive. Get in bot lane, bam, get a dragon, and hey ho, he's got some gold in that as well, rather than going top lane, and because their top lane is so fed, risk me and him dying. You've just got to calculate risks, and that is what a jungler is being about. It's calculating, well, everything's calculating in League, but especially in the jungle, you've got to calculate where the enemy jungler is. I call it a Huzzy hunch. I think he's going to be there, I think he's going to be here, and then acting upon it. So I think he's going to be top lane. Can you survive that lane? Yes, you can. Okay, I'll go mid or bottom lane. Bam, we do dragon because I know the enemy jungler's top. That's what jungle is. And yes, spam pings and people in chat saying that I need help here and that. It does help. It helps your mentality go through the whole thing, right? He does need help. But never back down from your own instinct. A lot of people just get bullied around. If they're a jungler, a lot of people get bullied by their own team of where to go. Don't do that. You're the jungler. You decide where to go. But trust your judgment. And that's pretty much it. That's what I have to say. So I think that's it for this video. So again, happy, whatever you celebrate, happy festive season. So Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate nothing, just try and have a smile on your face in solo queue, as I had some very angry people last night in solo queue who must be on Santa's naughty list. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing again. It's been a lot better than I ever thought. And look for new content in the new year. Hope everything goes well for you over the holidays. And yeah, so thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.